Well, hello, my name is Kyle Worsham, and today we're going to be talking about the number system. Now, what is the number system and why do we use it? Well, it is a way to clearly state what chords you need to play during the song. Instead of having to say play C major, we just say play a number. And so keep watching this video and you'll learn all about the number system. Well, first and foremost, let me start with the musical alphabet. If you have not ever heard of the musical alphabet, it's basically a set of letters that we use in everyday alphabet. It is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, in music, there are sharps, which means if you start with A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. As you notice, the keyboard, if you've never played piano, this is A to A. They're just octaves from then on, up and down. So remember that musical alphabet. So let's go through it again. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. Keep practicing that. Learn that musical alphabet. It'll be helpful for you later. Major scales notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, stand for specifically the actual numbers that we're going to be talking about today, but they're the different chords in any key, or different notes in any key that you would be able to sing. So there's only 7 if you take out the 8 for the octave. So there's only 7 notes you can sing, and then you change them from octave. We're going to today focus in on the key of C. The reason why is that the key of C has no sharps or flats. It is only the white notes. This is what it sounds like. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You see that? It's just do to do. Same thing, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. So go ahead and learn that. Spend some time on that. Let's go through it slowly. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, if you look closely, what this is, I'm going to show you kind of like how this all works. So in any major key, it's always going to be this to get the right note you're going to be playing in the scales, okay? Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Now, what's a whole step and a half step? A whole step is 2 notes up, and a half step is only 1 note up. So in any major key, it's going to be whole step. So that's a whole step because you skipped this one. Whole step again, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, just remember that. That's a major scales kind of whole step, half step way. So if you go whole step in any key of this whole step, half step, that's how that works. Okay, so back to C. In any key, what makes up a key is different chords, not just notes. And what chords are made out of, basically, is a thing called a triad. Now, what is a triad, you might ask? That is 3 notes being played together. So a triad would not be just 1 or 2 notes, but it would be 3 notes. So chords are made up of the basic chord is made up of 3 notes. In any major key, you have chords that make up major and minors and even diminish in pure theory, but let me tell you what those mean. The major is a major sounding chord, and a minor is a minor sounding chord. Do you hear that difference? You see how it's like kind of minor? This is more minor. Hear that? That's a minor. This is a major. Okay, the minor has a more sad sound to it, and the major has a more happy sound to it. But every key that you're going to play in, every single number, the number is always a major or a minor, and there's 1 diminished, but I'm going to tell you how that changes in worship music. But there's only 3 majors and 3 minors and 1 diminished. So there's 7 notes you can play. What makes a note a major or a minor is in the triad, you see those 3? This is the 3rd, so that E note is a 3rd, and how you make a major chord a minor chord is just dropping the 3rd. So that's a C minor chord, not a C major chord. And that's always true in any note you're playing. So if you're playing, this is a B chord, this would be a B minor chord. This is a D minor chord. This is a D major. You see how I went up a half step on the third? D major, D minor, okay? So D minor is in the key of C, so C, D minor. You see that? The 1, the 4, and the 5, or the C, the F, and the G are all majors. Now, why do I say 4 and 5? We'll get to that, but let's do a little quick thing. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you play a chord. If you play a note, it doesn't make it major or minor. The 2, so 1, 2, the D is a minor. The 3 is a minor. Hear it? This is that 4, F major. And then the 6, so the 2, 3, and the 6 are minors. So A minor. In the key of C, what's your major chords again? If you said 1, 4, and 5, or C, F, and G, you are correct. Now, what are your minor chords again? What are the numbers? If you said 2, 3, and 6, you're correct. What are the letters for those? If you said D, E, and A, you are correct. But the 7 is a diminished chord, which basically means in like layman's terms is a double minor. So what that means, if this is a B, here's a B major, okay? This is a B minor, so you drop the 3rd. Now a diminished, being a double minor, you need to drop the 5th as well. So that is a double minor or a diminished chord. Now, you've never heard that chord played ever in any sort of pop or worship music. And I'm going to tell you a little bit difference on how this all works, okay? So instead of playing the diminished, they actually play, you might have seen this, you look at tablature, a letter slash a letter. What they're doing is they're making the 7 a more major sounding chord, which means they're playing a 5 over 7. So you say, what does that mean, Kyle? Well, it means in their right hand, they're playing a G as their basic chord, a 5, and they're adding a 7 in the bass. So it sounds like this. And then you do this. So they're, instead of playing a diminished, they're playing a 5 over 7, just adding the 7 on underneath a 5 chord. Now, in most 95% of worship music, instead of playing a 3 minor, so remember, there's a 3 minor and a normal day-to-day major chords. But the 3 minor in worship music, 95% of the time is not going to be a 3 minor. It's actually going to be a 1 over 3. So that would be a 1 over 3. It'll sound like that. So you might have actually heard that before, you didn't realize it. But there's a really popular song by Hillsong that's called What a Beautiful Name It Is. And they're singing it. They're going, what a beautiful name it is. Beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ our King. And right here, instead of playing a 3 minor, they play a 1 over 3. What a beautiful name it is. You hear that? You probably heard that before, that chord. Just didn't realize it was a 1 over 3. And it kind of has a more major sound as well. So in most worship music, instead of playing a 3 minor and a 7 diminished, you're going to play a 1 over 3 for the 3 and a 5 over 7 for the 7, okay? And all that is you play the first note, the first letter, the 1, you play that, and then in your bass, you add a 3. And then for the 5 over 7, you play a 5, and then in your bass, you add a 7. So that would be a G over B, and the 1 over 3 is a C over E, okay? Now, the 1, as you can probably have already noticed, the 1 is actually the key you're in. So anytime you say 1, play the key you're actually playing in. So if you're in the key of G, play a G. And it's always major in any major chord. We rarely play minors, so just stick with majors for right now. We can go more advanced later. So G major, if you're in the key of C major, you're going to play a C major as your 1, okay? Musical alphabet is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? So what would be your 2 it would be a D, and then is it a major or a minor? If you said minor, you're correct. It's a D minor, not a D major, because that, see how it doesn't fit with the chords? Okay, what is your 3? E. And is it a major or a minor? In natural theory, it is a minor. But remember, in most worship songs, it is a 1/3, so I would play a 1. And then what letter would I put in my bass for a 1/3? If you said E, you're correct. So it sounds like this. So let's go back. Key of C, what is your 1? C major. What is your 2? D minor. What is your 3? It is a 1/3, so that would be a C over E. All right, now to your 4. Is it a major or a minor? It is a major. And it is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So what note is that? That would be an F major. So let's go through review. 1, C major. 2, D minor. 3, or 1/3, C over E. Back to the 4, F major. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what's your 5? It is a G major. So back to review. C major, 2, D minor, 1/3, C over E, 4, F major, 5, G major. Now, which one are your 3 minor chords in most or in all major keys? If you said 2, 3, and 6, you're correct. So that would make this A minor. Great job. Back to review. What's your 1? C major. What's your 2? D minor. What's your 1/3? C over E. In normal music, it would be a E minor. 2, 3, and 6 are minor. 1, 4, and 5 are major. What's your 4? F major. What's your 5? G major. What's your 6? A minor. Great job, great job. Okay, for the last one, remember it's not a 7 because that's a diminished chord. So what do they do again? Kind of like the 1/3, they make it a 5/7. So in your right hand, you would play a 5. Or at the chord, you would play a 5. So that would be a G. And then what's your 7? It's a B, so it would be a G over B. And then back to your 1, a C major. All right, let's do the last part of the review. What are the 3 major chords in any major key? 1, 4, 5. And what are the 2 minor chords in worship music? 2 and 6. And then what are those kind of combination chords? The 3 and the 7. So for worship music, this 95% of the time will be your 7 chords you would play. In the key of C, it is a 1 is a C major, a 2 is a D minor, C, D. What's this one? It's a 1/3, so you'll play. Your 4 is a F major. Your 5 is a G major. Your 6 is a minor. And then your 7 is a 5/7, so it would be a G. And then what would you pick in the bottom? A B. And then back to your 1. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. We hope this is really helpful. For any clarity, email me or ask your worship leader. See you soon.